Hi there, back with another video review. And well, today is a special day, so I'm going to wish each and every one of you Merry Christmas. So, right in front of us, we have the 1/18 scale Bugatti Divo made by Bburago. So, this is actually giving me a Frozen vibe. No, you guys don't feel the same way? Okay, then let's just let it go and delve into the unknown. So without wasting any more time, let's just start the review from the side. So taking a look at the side profile of this Bugatti Divo, well, I would have to say that Bburago has done a pretty good job with the bodywork. I mean, in terms of the design as well as the shot lines, well, you can see for yourself that the shot lines are done very nicely, whereby there are no huge gaps in between the door and the body. In fact, even with the front hood, with the rest of the body, the gap is not huge at all. So that is a very nice thing from Bburago. So I'm just gonna bring this closer. So on the front part, I do want to highlight these grills up here. These are actually separate. Well, I'm not sure if it's hard plastic or metal, but these are actually separate parts that they have mounted onto the side here above the wheels. So it's a nice touch from Bburago. In fact, looking at the side, there are, even this part right here is a separate part mounted onto the side. So it's very nice. And you also get the French flag painted over here. And well, with the door handle, it's got that very futuristic look to it. Also on this side you get the fuel cap with the Divo label on it. And then just bringing you guys to this section right here. This is actually the airflow intake, and it actually goes through to the other end, to this side over here. So yeah, this small tiny hole over here. So very nice detail from Bburago. And now let's move on to the front. So on the front, well, no complaints here really. In terms of the grills, you get that signature Bugatti grill, along with the Bugatti badge right at the center. So probably I'll just bring it closer. So yeah, really nice touch. I mean, obviously the grills here, these are just a plastic mesh, doesn't go all the way through, as in there are no holes to it. But in terms of the the finer details, like well, just trying to get the camera to focus on this section right here. I mean, these two sections right here, these actually go through. I mean, it goes. I would presume it goes. It's supposed to cool down the tires as it goes very very fast around the track. And well, I also want to show you guys, on the top, on the roof. Yeah, this part over here, I'm not sure if you guys can actually see it clearly. These lines over here also goes all the way through. So it's very nice. I mean, these are for aerodynamic purposes, just to keep the car, going as fast as it can. And well, I also want to show you guys the headlamp. I mean, yeah, it's got that very funky look to it. I mean, obviously the real car has the headlamps, this way. So I think Bburago has really captured the headlamps very nicely. So let's move on to the other side. So it's well, practically the same with the other side as well. I mean, including the I think this is another fuel cap. So yeah. And well, here is the back part of the car. So well, it's actually got this Bugatti label over here, which is sort of well, I think it's embossed along with the carbon texture on the back part of the car. So you get very nice details, with the whole car itself, and I think Bburago really did a fantastic job in capturing the likeness of the real car itself. I mean, just look at the tail lamps. It's so unique. It's got that very 3D texture to it, whereby these individual parts are like nettings that are popping out. Just look at the exhaust. Also, again, very different from what you get with normal cars. And now let's focus on the wheels. So the wheels do spin, and I mean, obviously the design on the tire rims are very unique as well. And well, I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but the brake disc inside actually moves along with the wheels, so that's very nice, and it goes through the brake calipers just like the real thing. And well, you get the same with the front wheel, and you can turn the front wheel left and right, but as you can see it's quite rigid in the sense that it goes back, it straightens up when you release your fingers. So it's a bit difficult if you want to pose it in a way that with the tires turning. So yeah, that's a bit of a nitpick there. Anyway, let's move on to the opening features. So the front hood does open like so, and it does stay open quite well. So inside it's just a blank plastic slab, but you do get quite a fair bit of details on the side of it. And obviously with most Bburago models, I mean, in fact with all Bburago models, you also get to open the doors. So let's check out the interior. So really nice level of detail. I mean, even inside, if you take a closer look, right below the steering wheel, you can see that they also have the name Divo printed on the side. So that's very nice. And then with the seats, also some nice level of detail. And well, this thing that's sticking right out here is actually the door window, and that's pretty rare to find on a Bburago. Well, I should say, apart from their signature model. I mean, with the standard Bburago models, normally you do not get any side windows. So this is something that really piqued my interest when I was looking at the model in the shop. I mean, normally you'd get this feature, I mean the side windows on the Bburago signature models. Like I think they've done it for the Ford GT, the Audi R8 V10 Plus, as well as the Ferrari 488 GTB. So it's quite a nice, nice feature to see on the standard Bburago model. Anyway, let's just take a look at the interior from another angle. So you can see that the the Divo label this time around, it's colored differently. In fact, I do want to also highlight that the seats are different on the driver's side and the passenger side. Let's just try and see if I can get the camera to focus on the inside. Sorry, it's a bit difficult, but on the driver's side here, you can see that the seats are bluish, whereas on the passenger side, it's black in color. So that's quite unique. And well, there are no trunks per se, so there's no opening feature on the back, but you do get a nice fin here, right over here, with the brake light, and then of course the spoiler, which I would also need to point out that with the spoiler you also get this hole to it here. So really nice. So maybe I'll just lift this up and show you guys how the engine looks like. I mean, obviously we can't have a full view of how the engine bay looks like, but we only get to touch on the top part. So nice carbon texturing. And let's check out the base. And here is the top profile. Well then, overall, well, I have to say this, that Bburago really nailed this Bugatti Divo. I mean, it just looks very, very nicely done. I mean, in fact, it does look like the real thing. I mean, if I were to put this on the streets, it would definitely, and take some pictures of it, it definitely looked like the real car. So well done, Bburago. So I guess that's all for now. Thanks for watching.